What's going on, guys? It's your boy Scrub here, back again with another video. Hope you guys are having a great day. I know I am, and if you are, be sure to press the like button. Otherwise, no joke, no scam whatsoever. Next time you go on an elevator, you're gonna get stuck. Yeah, that's right. I would not tempt fate, ladies and gentlemen, because being stuck on an elevator does not sound pleasant whatsoever. Regardless, today I have a subscriber story that was sent in to me about somebody that spent over 24 hours stuck on an elevator, which does not sound fun, but it does sound like a good story time, and it was pretty enjoyable to read, so I figured I would tell it to you guys. So without further ado, let's get into it. It's absurd, I'm getting to the bag now. Lil' mama and she trying to call me dad now. I don't want to hear no... Alright, so I don't know about you, but one of my favorite things about being human is the fact that I never have to be packed into a can like a tiny sardine. So elevators have never necessarily been my favorite thing. It's not like a phobia, like I'll ride elevators, I don't have a problem doing it, but the idea of being stuck in an elevator does not make me too comfortable whatsoever. And I guess the same was applicable to this person, because they said that they've always had a fear of being stuck in an elevator, which to me is perfectly normal. And I don't know what the normal amount of time is to spend in an elevator, but 24 hours just feels like excessively long. That's enough time to genuinely feel like you're about to spend the rest of your life in an elevator, because I don't know how long you can live in an elevator for. Alright, so this person hopped on an elevator just to go 2 stories up for one of their college classes, and the building itself was pretty old and the elevator looked pretty old. Not like 30s old, but 80s old. Old enough to be noticeably, like, bizarrely old as a functional piece of equipment like an elevator is, because it didn't look like it was very well maintained. It looked like a rundown old elevator. So she hopped in, and there was a guy in the elevator as well, and he was one of those dudes that had the backpack with, like, the survival equipment on it. You know, he was wearing hiking boots to, like, a lecture, one of those, like, oh yeah, I'm a survivalist type of guys. And so sure enough, about like 10 seconds into the ride between the second and third floor, they get stuck. And stuck in the exact position to where, like, they can't really crawl out. It's just enough between the floors where even if the doors are open, they can't get out. So they realize they're stuck, and they call for help, and, you know, they're like, oh, you're stuck in the elevator? Yeah, sure, no problem. We'll get somebody out to fix you or help you immediately. So at this point, they don't really necessarily know how long they're going to be stuck, but the survival dude immediately gets into, like, you know, we might have to be here for a couple months, so we're going to have to break this down. He starts pulling out survival food out of his backpack. Like, homie was just going to class with survival food in his backpack. And he's like, this is a week's worth of rations, so well, we should be okay. Like, who carries a week's worth of rations around at their backpack at all times? I'm not saying it's weird to have a backpack with some rations in it, like, in your house, but you were just going to class. Why do you have a whole survival kit on you? Anyways, he starts breaking down how they're gonna ration it, and then he does something even more weird. He's like, we need to establish a pee corner. And she's like, no, we don't have to do that. And without even saying anything else, this guy turns around and just starts peeing in the corner of the elevator. And he's just like, yep, if we start a pee corner early, it helps our brains condition to the idea that this is where we're supposed to go to the bathroom. This is not a big elevator, but it's even worse. It's not carpeted. Like, there's tile on it, so the pee just starts going everywhere. And so he uses his jacket to, like, corral it in, and this is all within the first 5 minutes of being stuck, by the way. So it's the guy, the girl, and now a piss-covered jacket that is being used to, like, corral all the urine in the corner of the elevator. And so she's like, what am I getting myself into? And then they hear maintenance men outside, and sure enough, the doors, like, pry open, and there's a guy kind of sitting there, and he's like, all right, you guys are pretty much perfectly between the 2 floors where we can't get you out, which sucks. And then he notices the pee. He's like, did you pee? And the guy's like, yeah, we established a pee corner. And the guy's like, you guys have only been in here for, 20 minutes. Did you really have to pee already? He's like, well, I didn't know how long we were going to be stuck. And the guy is just kind of sitting here like, oh my God. And he looks at the girl and he's like, all right, I'm going to communicate with you because, clearly this dude's just nuts. And the guy's like, yeah, she's probably more of the communicator anyways. I'll take care of survival. Like, he tries to twist it into a compliment or whatever. So he starts telling her that it's an older elevator and it looks like the motor seized up, whatever, elevator jargon. She didn't explain it very well and I don't understand it very well, so it's not like it matters. But whatever, they're in there and they're sitting, and suddenly more maintenance people show up, and then more maintenance people show up, and they're kind of like avoiding talking to him. So finally, after like 4 hours of being stuck, they come and they're like, all right, here's the situation. You guys are kind of stuck, but it's 9 p.m. Like it was a night class. So they're like, all right, we're going to have some people here, but we're going to go home. Like they're just saying that they're going to go home and make them sleep overnight in this like in this elevator with a piss covered jacket and pee on the floor because they couldn't figure it out. So I don't know how much time had passed, how long they were really in the elevator. I guess the class must have been later in the day if it only took like 5 hours for it to be them going home, right? So regardless, they're kind of sitting here realizing that all the maintenance people and everything have just abandoned them and is like, whatever, guess you're gonna spend the night in this piss-soaked elevator, whatever, I guess that is what it is. And sure enough, the survival guy is still in full-blown survival mode, so he starts being like, we should spoon for warmth. Bro, it's an elevator. It's not the Arctic Circle. There is no reason that you guys need to spoon for warmth. I promise that you're going to be A-okay. I swear. I'm gonna be annoying for a second and ask you guys to just press the like button and comment the word elevator down below if you're enjoying the video. It just helps the video do better in the algorithm, and I'd appreciate it. Anyways, homie is trying to cuddle like he's in the Arctic Circle and conserve body heat in the middle of an elevator for some reason. And this girl is just having the most awkward night ever. So she tells the survival guy, like, no, I don't want to cuddle to preserve body heat. And he's like, fine, I'll just conserve heat by myself, and like goes into the fetal position of the corner and falls asleep really quickly somehow. And she is starting to take in her surroundings that she is in like a piss-soaked elevator with a stranger who takes himself as some like Bear Grylls impersonator. And that's just the state that her life is in. And somehow, in the midst of all that, still falls asleep. Anyways, what she wakes up to next is firemen, not the maintenance men, like pulling the elevator up to the next floor and being like, hi. And then she realizes it's like 10 a.m. the next day. She had fallen asleep in the elevator and somehow not gotten her head on the piss jacket, thankfully. But yeah, she wakes up to firemen having to pull them off the elevator, which is definitely an upgrade from maintenance men. You know, no offense to maintenance men, but I feel like if the fire department has to get you out of an elevator, then you were like really stuck. It's not like Joe the maintenance man could have figured it out. You had to call in the big guns. But yeah, they get off and the firefighters are like, how long were you guys in there? And they realize it was like 22 hours, all right? And stuck in an elevator for 22 hours doesn't make as good of a title, all right? I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, it's a little clickbait, whatever. You've watched all the video now. I'm kidding. You guys get the idea. But regardless, being stuck in an elevator for 22 hours is crazy. And the survival guy starts like talking to the firefighters, acting all macho, you know, about how like, yeah, he managed to keep her calm while she went crazy. And she like points out to the firefighters that his jacket is covered in his own piss and how that happened in the first 20 minutes. And they all started laughing at him, which I mean, pretty haha funny moment. Regardless, guys, that's going to do it for the video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, be sure to press the like button. Let me know in the comments section down below what you thought. If you like the intro song, a link down below is in the description. Feel free to check it out. No pressure, though. Other than that, get some of the OG Subclub merch and use code Scrubby at the G Fuel checkout. I would appreciate it. You get a discount and I get the W. And yeah, on that note, hopefully I will see you guys all next time with another video. Don't get anyone pregnant. If you do, make sure they're hot, and I'll see you guys next time. I'm out. Peace.